Hey girls, it's Mandy and welcome back to another video. Today we're doing something different. We're gonna do my everyday glam. I've been doing makeup for a little bit now, let's say like half my life. I've played around with so many things, so many shades, so many different brands, and I've finally come to something that works for me. I'm going to show you how I do my base and how a lot of girls around me want to learn how to do makeup. So I'm here to teach y'all my little tricks and tips. I have prone to oily skin, more on the oily side. Show you how I control that throughout the day and how I can prevent my makeup from separating. Let's get into it. I'm super excited. Let's get started. Let's get glam. Let's get glam, guys. Okay, I've zoomed you in so you can see my base. So before I do my makeup, I do my skincare. I think the most important part to how your makeup looks throughout the day and on your face is how you prep the skin. The better your skin looks without makeup, the better your skin is gonna look with makeup on. At least for me, personally. I don't typically use a primer, but I've not found a primer that one will not separate or peel on my face. Every primer that I use, no matter how good it is, cheap or high end, it always peels on my face and I cannot deal with it. I will literally wipe off my makeup and the primer and restart before I have to walk around looking like that. So I don't use a primer typically, but if I do, I picked up this Morphe Meredith Duxbury primer a long time ago, and it sets on the face really well. If I use a little bit, it's like a foam. Looks like that, like whipped cream. I like this one because it's light and it's airy and it really doesn't peel that much, but I'll tap it in. And then once it's dried completely, I'll start doing my makeup, but I will not start until it's dry because again, I do not want my makeup to peel. Another primer that I will use is the One Size Secure the Sweat primer. This one's good. It does peel on my face, so I don't use it as much. While my primer is drying, I'm going to go in straight with my brows. I really just stick to the basics, you guys. I grab a palette and I find my brow shade and I go in. I don't use a brow pencil. I used to, and if I find a really good one, I'll go in with it. But honestly, the powder does a good job. Looks oh. So one thing about my skin that I've learned is I love the way brow wax sits on my brows. Love it. When I find a good brow wax, like the NYX, there's a NYX brow gel that I really liked, but every time with no fail, my skin would break out. And not like in regular like pimple breakout, it's more like an allergy reaction. Like my eyes would get really puffy, really red, swollen. I would get really irritated skin and I can't every time I use a brow gel. It happens. I don't know why. Couldn't tell you. I guess I'm just allergic to brow gel. Not use brow gel, sadly. I feel like it would elevate my makeup. I can make it work without it. So right now I'm really just framing my brows to the way I like them and then slowly filling them in. And then once that's complete, I'll carve them out with a concealer. Okay. So the brows look crazy right now, but honestly, I find the crazier my brows look before I carve them, I know they're gonna eat. I go with my concealer. I use the Kylie Cosmetics Power Plush Longwear Concealer in shade, I use 5N or 5W. I'll just carve my brows out like so. If you are a beginner, I would recommend take a brush, find a good concealer, and just constantly practice doing your brows at home because when you're at home and you practice and practice and practice every single day. Try every time you go out, oh, let me put on some makeup. Let me try to do something new. Let me just practice. The more you do it, the better you're gonna be at it. So just be patient, you'll get it. You just have to keep practicing. Like once you stop, you're like, oh, I don't feel like I'm gonna get this. You're shooting yourself in the foot, because then you'll never learn how to perfect your makeup. Makeup is not a hard thing to do. I promise you, everyone can do it if you just practice. Okay, so I mainly use brushes. My sister gets on me all the time about how I once said, oh my God, I would never use a brush to do my makeup. I am swallowing my words right now. I don't know how I used to do my makeup without brushes. The day I decided I'm just gonna use all brushes on my face today, guys, let me tell you, my makeup comes out smoother, prettier. I mean, you would think using a sponge would make your skin look more smooth, and most of the time it does. But just as long as you're using your brushes correctly, you're patting, you're not swiping on your face, I promise you, your makeup is gonna come out so G. But we're done with the brows, as you can see. I'm gonna go in with my 5N concealer, and I'm just gonna go underneath my eyes. Then my chin, because I have some hyperpigmentation there. I'll go in the hollows of my cheeks, because I used to have a lot of acne there. And then any dark spots that I find around my face that I would like to cover up. I have some pretty prominent veins here that I don't want to show, so I'll put them there. And I'll cover it as much as possible for now. Underneath my nose, and then I'll go on the sides of my lip. Okay, so to blend, I have this Refi brush. I'm forcing myself to use this brush, and let me tell you why. I went through and back to get this freaking brush. I had mailed it to my previous address when I lived at my mom's house. We had just moved, and I bought this $30 brush, and it went to my old address, so I had to drive 35 minutes to get it. Right, I come home and I'm so excited to use it because my girl Monet McMichael uses this brush and her makeup is tea. So I go in, all the hairs are falling out, my makeup looks insane. I dislike this brush. Makeup you want to tap, don't swipe. Why are we swiping? Quick question, why are we swiping on our makeup? You want the pigmentation to stay where you placed it. So I just tap and blend in those areas as much as possible until there's no crazy line and it's covered as much as I want it to be. Now, while I'm blending out my under eyes, I'll take the concealer and go on the top of my lid to cover up the darkness and also the veins on my eyes too. Now, this part is very crucial because I know before I was always trying to figure out, like, I put on my makeup, however, I feel like I can still see my skin underneath, and I don't. I'm a full coverage girl. I don't want to see my skin. You gotta put on the makeup, girl. You got to put on the product. So applying the concealer on my face allows there to be an extra layer of coverage on my face, just so I'm not able to see what's underneath. Next step, I wanna be bronzed today. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go in with, all the packaging has been rubbed off. I've had this for a minute now. I use the Tarte Contour Wand, I think it's called. Contour my face. I'll put that on my forehead and the hollow, like right on my cheekbone, not where I would typically blend my bronzer. I'll put it right on my nose here. And my nose is very ethnic. I would say. So I really I don't even try to change it, honestly. This is just where I put it and I'm happy with it, and I just go with the flow because nothing can change this big schnoz that I have, but girl. There's this slanted brush that I have that I'll use for my contour and my bronzer. So I'll just go in, I take my brush at the angled end this way and I'll blend up. While I tap, I do not swipe. I just push up, if that makes sense. And then when I get to my forehead, I'll just push outward against my hairline. Now that we're all blended out with our contour, I'm gonna go in with my bronzer. I use the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter in the shade 6 Tan Deep. Works well as a bronzer, and I'll just put her a little bit under where we contoured, around my forehead, on my nose area here, and my jaw, and then I'll go with the curve of my throat. And I use my hands as my paint palettes. Like, I use it for my eyebrows. I'll put my foundation on the back of my head. Your hands are your friends. Use your hands. Now that we're done bronzing, we're gonna go into our base. I'm gonna go in with my skin drops. I use the one from e.l.f. It's called the Halo Glow Skin Tint. This is not just a tint. This is more pigmented than you will realize. If you want just a nice glow, don't use too much, but I love this. It has SPF in it. I use the shade 10 Tan Neutral. It is a great summer product. I love this one. And then I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty drops in the shade 13. Go in with, I have no idea, I'm pretty sure I got this from either Sephora or Ulta, or they might be Morphe brushes, but I use a flat kabuki, swirl it around my hand, get it packed on there. And then I'll just really focus on the spots that I had put no product under my contour and bronzer, around my mouth, on top of my nose, on the side of my nose, and then of course my forehead. Just blend that out as much as possible. The worst thing you can do is have like a lighter face and your chin does not, or your neck does not match, or you have your summer shade on and you don't put it to your neck, you're gonna look a mess, girl. Okay, we're all blended out. So, just drop my water. It's blush time. My favorite part during the hotter months, I like to use a more plum shade. So if you have watched my TikToks in the past, I have used this blush like for years. It's the About Face Beauty brand in Cheek Freak. It's this really pretty plum shade. I love using this. It blends out really good. It's very pigmented. And another fave of mine is the ColourPop blush sticks in shade Under Pressure. It's a more peachy shade than plum, but it blends in so effortlessly. I love this. Again, I have no idea what brand this is. If y'all know it, I know a few people who use the same brush, but I'll go in with this brush. It's a bit more round and compact. So I'll go in with it, dab it on my hand, just so it's not too crazy. And then I'll really go in this area of my face, really on my cheekbone with the blush, and I'll just pat it and then just stay where I want it to be. If I want it to be all over my cheeks, I'll go all over, but I really just want to center it here and at the top of my cheekbone. And then I'll bring it into the inner or the outer corner of my eye. Okay, boom. So I'm gonna take my ColourPop stick here, put it on the back of my hand, grab it with my brush, and then I'm gonna put it closer to my nose area here on my cheek and just blend that into my plum shade. See this way. Okay, boom. Okay, boom. Step is to add more concealer. I'm gonna go in with my typical shade, and then I'm just going to really put it in my inner corner here alongside my nose where I had my contour. The tip of my nose, just a tad, the bridge, the middle of my forehead, my cupid's bow, my chin, and then right under where I contoured and bronzed, just like so. Then I'm gonna take my lighter shade in 3.5N in the inner corner, the middle of my forehead, and then the middle of my chin, and that's it, because this is pretty light. This is the only brush I will entrust with this step. I feel like this is a very important step in doing your makeup, at least for me anyway. I feel like this really forms my face. I'm doing very small pats and moving the concealer where I want it. I don't know why this is blinking. If I want a more full coverage concealer, I'll let my concealer sit for like 30 minutes, let it dry out a little bit, and then start blending. Now I'm just blending under my eye, into my outer crease, and up towards my eyebrow area, just to give me a little bit of a lift. And into my eyelid, like so. I feel like my concealer is blended out just like how I like it. I'm gonna go in again with some blush since I covered up some. There, a little bit inside. I'm gonna go over my base with some more Halo Glow, just on my forehead. After I added my concealer, I feel a little bit pale. So I'm gonna go in again, just on my forehead and my cheeks a little bit. Blend that in. I kind of like to keep the brightness right in the middle of my forehead, so I'm gonna take the ends of my brush and just feather in that bronzer a little bit until I feel good with the brightness on my forehead. So we're creasing right now, so I'm gonna blend my concealer and we're gonna set next. So just make sure your concealer is blended, there's no creasing before you set. So to set, first I use a translucent pressed powder by e.l.f. It's the Perfect Finish HD powder. This is the one I use. I've already hit pan, so I need to re-up on her. Then I'll take this tapered feathered brush and go in, pack the brush, tap away the excess, and then I'll go into my under eyes and make sure she's set completely. I'm also going to set my porous areas, which are like the apples of my cheeks, the sides of my nose, and then my chin. Okay, once I feel like it's completely set, I'll go in with my setting powder. I'm gonna use today is the NYX Wonder Snatch in Cheeky Cherry. I love this. This is so pigmented. It packs onto my sponge effortlessly and it goes on the face great. It doesn't leave no flashback. I haven't experienced with this pink powder. I had a lot of flashback with my e.l.f. loose setting powder that I used to use. I love the way it set my face. However, I would get the worst flashback. So I tried a colored setting powder, the pink one, and it's worked really great for me. So I'll just put it in my little cap here. I'll take my Dose of Color sponge. It's a nice little triangle shape. And I'll pack my puff or my sponge pretty tightly with all of the products. I'll go into the hollow of my hand, press it in like this so it's compact, and then I'll focus in my inner corner first, and then my nose, and then out to the outer of my eye. I need to set my eyes enough that it will not crease, so I'm gonna use a lot of powder here. Just like so. And over my nose. Just like that. And I'm gonna do the other eye as well. Next, I'm going to set the rest of my face with this Sephora powder in bronze 35, bronze medium yellow. It's called the Micro Smooth Powder. It's a baked powder with buildable coverage. It blurs imperfections, even skin tone, and lasts up for 12 hours. I'll go around to add a letter of set to my base. I really like this powder because it really does blur my face and add the effect that I like, and it sets at the same time. So it's perfect. I'm also gonna take the remainder of what's on my puff and just hit the concealer that I had under my cheeks, on my chin, my nose, and my forehead. Next, I'm gonna go in with my bronzer. I use a Sephora bronzer. It's the Sephora Bronzed in matte. It's a matte bronzer in for Amalfi. And I'm using, I believe this is a Morphe brush or an e.l.f. brush. Not sure, but it's a tapered, longer, fluffier brush than the one I used for my setting of my concealer. It's longer, so I'll just swirl, and then I'm just tapping upward and then swirling upward as well, and then going over the perimeter of my face. Okay, and then I'm gonna get a more tapered eyeshadow brush, hit my nose, and then I'm gonna follow that line here and just make a shadow. Ooh, we're contoured, we're bronzed. I'm gonna take whatever in my pan, just a tad, and then push and flick this powder off. You don't want to leave that on there because throughout the day you will be able to tell that you left it on. It's not gonna look good. Your makeup's gonna separate, and then if you try to touch it up, your makeup's just gonna come off. And then since it's just day to day, I'm not really looking to do any eyeshadow. I'm gonna take my bronzer with a fluffy eyeshadow brush that I typically use, and I'm just gonna put it on my lid, following up where I put my bronzer on my eyelid and just around. I'm really just shaping it to what I want it to look like. Not too much, just enough to have some color. Okay, next I'm gonna do some blush. I have a few options that I want to choose from. Again, I'm pulling from an eyeshadow palette. So I'm gonna take another tapered brush, and I'm gonna pull from NH Hot for Hue palette. Yeah. And here's all the colors. I broke this one. The mirror didn't fell off, but it has all the pretty pink shades that I want and need in my life. So I'm gonna go in with this Babier pink. That's more like a light Barbie pink here. And I'm gonna go into my cheeks. Pretty. Just the other side. And then I'm gonna take this Jaclyn Hill highlighting palette, I believe it is. It's a brightening and setting palette. I'm gonna use the shade Peach right over here and just go under my eyes. Now, I use my products till they're empty. I'm not gonna go to the store with your product in there, so you will see pans, and I'm still gonna use them until I need to buy more, okay? Next, what we're gonna do is set the face. This is a very, very, very important and crucial step to your makeup routine. Find yourself a setting spray that's going to hold your makeup the best. I currently use the NYX The Face Glue Setting Spray. I use their plumping setting spray. Listen, NYX is on top right now. I love most of their products that are out. This one, she's that girl. She will set your face and you will feel tight and right, and she'll hold your makeup. So I'm gonna just spray. I love the spray on this as well. Like, the more you push down, the more it comes out. It's a nice gradual spray. It's really nice. And I really go in. And then I'll take my fan. Next, what I'm gonna do is find a lip and do my lashes, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, we're done. The hair is done, the lashes are on, the lip is on. I used a brown liner with the Rare Beauty liquid lip in Fearless. I believe this is the matte liquid lip. And with the lashes, I used the Ardell Press On under lash extensions in the style Faux Mink Natural. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, because I definitely did. I loved getting ready with y'all and showing you how I do my own routine. Put down in the comments what you would like to see more of me. Like, comment, and subscribe. I had so much fun, guys. You don't even know. And then I can take cute pictures now. Let's normalize just getting ready to get ready to take pictures. Get dressed, get cute, just to go out, take a picture, and come right home and take a good nap. Because this is a lot of work. This is hard work. Like, you know, I know the girls with a beauty blender, you be catching a sweat. So, anyways, comment, like, subscribe. I love y'all so much. Next vlog coming out next Sunday. So stay tuned for that, and I'll catch you in the next video. Love you so much. Bye.